So breaking moments ago, Donald Trump hung up. He hung up on NPR anchor Steve Inskeep during an interview that Steve worked 6 years to get. The former president apparently couldn't take the questions about his election lies.
How come when he went to speak in different locations, nobody came to watch, but all of a sudden he got 80 million votes? Nobody believes
If you'll forgive me,
Steve.
maybe because
Nobody
the election was
believes
about you. If I can just move on to ask, are you telling Republicans in 2022 that they must press your case on the past election in order to get your endorsement? Is that an absolute?
They're going to do whatever they want to do. Whatever they have to do, they're going to do. But the ones that are smart, the ones that know, you take a look at how Carrie Lake is doing, running for governor. She's very big on this issue. She's leading by a lot. People have no idea how big this issue is, and they don't want it to happen again. It shouldn't be allowed to happen, and they don't want it to happen again. And the only way it's not going to happen again is you have to solve the problem of the presidential rigged election of 2020.
Mr. President, if I'm... One more
it.
question. I want to ask about a court hearing yesterday on January 6th. Judge Amit Mehta, he's gone. Okay.
And poof, just like that, Donald Trump hung up, Caitlin.
You know, honestly, hearing that made me think back to some of the briefings that we used to do with Trump when he would come in or press conferences. And sometimes you could always tell when he was about to end it and he was about to leave kind of abruptly, because you would tell how he would start talking about it. And I noticed that in his answer to Steve. And NPR says this is an interview, John, that was supposed to last 15 minutes. It went on for about 9 before the former president hung up.
And look, it's a lie. The former president is spreading a lie. And Steve asked and pressed, and God bless Steve for doing so, the basic question here, which is, you're going to continue to push this lie? You're going to demand that candidates push this lie, for which Donald Trump had no answer, didn't want to address it. But
he is doing that. That's why you saw with Senator Mike Rounds saying just pretty bluntly that, yes, Biden won the election, which of course we know and have recognized, and he is the president. That is something that led to former President Trump saying he'll never re-endorse him again. Of course, he was just reelected. It's not really a pressing political issue for him, but it is showing what Steve was getting at there, which is that the former president is tying his endorsement on the condition that you back up, or at least don't publicly call out, his election fraud claims.
Yeah, and you are seeing a schism now, at least within the Senate, that bears watching, where Mike Rounds stood up to Donald Trump and got the support of John Thune, got the support of Shelley Moore Capito, got the public support of Mitch McConnell. There are Republicans who are lining up behind the Mike Rounds position. I'm curious. They feel comfortable. They feel like they have the political cover now to do that. I'm wondering how big that movement can grow. Basically, Trump hung up when Steve pressed him, Abby, on his lies about the past election.
You know what this all reminds me of? Winter 2015, spring 2016. It is not a surprise that the former president is popping up suddenly providing interviews that he had previously denied to have, because this is his currency. This is how he gets himself back in the game for 2024. And I mean, honestly, I listen to that and I hear Trump spewing lies about the last election, and then hanging up to have the last word on that front without, Steve Inskeep, I know him, he's a great journalist, but didn't even have the opportunity to push back. And it just shows the perils of giving a platform to those kinds of lies, because, he wants to use these opportunities as ways to continue to spread the big lie and then hang up when there's pushback. And I think that's a real red flag, frankly, for journalists as we go into this new season, as Trump tries to reestablish himself politically for the next presidential election.